I just think, I don't know about you, but I feel important when somebody hands me a note. It's kind of like, here you go, sir. Uh-huh. You'll find out. Okay, so, Bambi peeps. No, I don't have a Disney film. I've been doing a lot of that lately. Have you noticed I've been falling back on Disney lately? Yeah. And if you haven't been here before, I've been falling back on Disney lately. But it's very metaphysical, good old Disney. So today, I had a very interesting week about an epiphany happened for me personally when I was thinking about this thing called spiritual technology. And I don't know, I wasn't always a technical kind of guy. Still am not a technical kind of guy. But I wanted to see, and something came up for me, and I had this comparison between the spiritual technique and technology and the acting world that I used to be very involved in since I was probably in high school. And something just in my meditation hit me that I was trained for 30 years to do what I'm doing today through the art of acting and through the art of this technique that I learned in New York and Los Angeles, and I just got, as I have now, these God bumps, because I was always thinking, I wonder why we have to do all of this stuff like moment to moment. We did a lot of work with moment to moment work, and that's when you never wanted to rush your scene. You never wanted to rush the moment, that you wanted to be fully embodied in your character. And I started just going out into the cosmos, thinking about, and we all do it, the act as if, it went on and on. But I had this wonderful thing that said, when you're becoming the character, and I remember thinking to myself, what is that like to become a character? And it was so brilliant that's why when you go to see anything and you don't believe them, you're not enjoying the film, it's because there is some not authentic work going on. And I've done both. So I know all about good acting and bad acting because I did the incredible acting and I also did not so good. In the time that I was not so good, what I was doing is I was outside of Patrick, trying to direct the show, trying to direct my character instead of trusting. And how is this not comparing to spirituality? Trusting that I have done the work as a character. And I played some very, very interesting characters. And I'm not going to go with my whole resume, but usually I played you're going to find this hard to believe, kind of offbeat. I always wanted to be the one that all the girls, they were like, have you seen him? That was not me. I'm not saying I wasn't, nice looking. I'm just saying that I had this thing, and you've seen it here. When I get excited, people either go, he's passionate, or his eyes get all big and stuff. And I remember that. And I remember this thing of having a red face, that, I have a kind of a reddish complexion. And I remember being with a director on the film set. And this is the worst thing you can say to me, in case you want to know. Does your face always get that red? Well, this is what it did. It started beaming out. Rudolph, and I was like this. I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to work in Hollywood again. And I'm thinking, be grateful that you're on the set. And I said, I can put makeup, I can do that. I was all apologetic, which is not a good thing to do with a director because they like confidence. And he said, no, does that happen all the time to you? And he goes, makeup, put nothing on him. Put no more makeup on Patrick. Because when you get excited about and when you start doing this thing, your face shows all of the emotions. And I was thinking, well, I knew that. And I'm thinking, that's because you're embodying this sensation, and that's what spirituality. I love this. The actor says, I am Hamlet. The awakened soul says, I am spirit. In both, the I am becomes the truth. And this is what I got with this technique, and I started downloading like curriculums and programs to do with our teaching, because it's not about the acting, it's about the becoming. It is about the becoming, the I am alignment. Boy, I was tripping. I'm going to tell you something. And that was just all on caffeine. And there is something interesting. That's what we call being in a moment. And that's what I know that Spirit requires, this power requires from me. And I know that I say I am that I am, but even saying I am that I am separates. I am what? I am. I am is enough. Once you are I am and you become the I am, it is powerful. All those things I was worried about in other moments, the future, the past. And that's why it's so exciting. So what does that have to do with our spirituality? We're always talking about God, 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 God. Find God. I love this. When you stop speaking of God and about God, God speaks as you. Does that make sense? When I stop thinking, okay, I got to find God, and 3 hours of meditation. Where is God, God, God? And the whole time, the I am. Then your question becomes, how do you take it out into your world? How do you take it, the I am, out into a world where not everybody's I aming? They're more like you are-ing. You are, you are, you are. And there's something about how delicious it is to embody the I am. Even to say, I am a child of God. Nothing wrong with it. But even when I say I'm a child of God, I have put God outside of myself. And I have a feeling that it is so much closer than even I have anticipated. And all of the time, when I was in those acting classes, filling up with history of this character. And I remember when I did a short film, and I played that wonderful spiritual man, Adolf Hitler. And I was very shocked when I got the role. It was the crazy eyes, I'm sure. And I bring it up for a reason, because So the reason we stop there is we take a moment to know that whatever's going on there is going on here. And we are connected at all times. That's how much we can help one another. This was a very difficult talk for me because of the fact that I felt such frequency and vibration that I didn't know how it can come here through words, right? Because it was so immense and so simple. And I calmly knew that I'd been really working hard at being God when I didn't have to do that at all. There's something powerful happening right now. Lee Strasberg, who's an acting coach from yesteryear, says, he's been gone for a long time, he can wait a minute. It's all right. If you think I'm channeling, I'm not going to do that. That's a very good example, is it not? Can we stop for a moment? Can we stop and really hear and see and feel what is going on in our lives? So Strasberg, he said, the actor creates with his soul. The art of acting is not imitation, but transformation. Sounds spiritual. Ernest Holmes says, we are not becoming something we are not. We are awakening to what we have always been. What if that's true? Then all we have to do is be like Quanta, who just doesn't care about any of that nonsense. She just says, where's Rita, where's my food, and where's the floor I can lay down on? Wow. What if? What if? So, two things. There was this thing about affirmation and recognition that came up, and I was a little offended when I first read about affirmations, because I don't know about you, but I love a good affirmation. It's even better when you actually embody it and believe it. Because what a affirmation is to make something true that you don't yet believe. And I went, wait a minute. And I went, oh, there is. And the good thing about it is there's nothing wrong with saying it. But then it says, and recognition, which is the number one in our spiritual mind treatment, says, recognition, acknowledging what has always been true. Recognizing what has always been true. So this is how simple. She left you with a program. I'll leave you with one too. 3 little easy steps. This was about commanding money. And I know nobody in this room cares about that. So we'll move through that prosperity thing. This is prosperity, this is health, this is whatever it is. The first command, and I want to just talk one moment about command. Command is a very good word, because command is, I'm not angry when I'm commanding, but I'm not kidding. I'm commanding the very truth of my being. It says, I align with abundance. Don't go any further, as Rita was saying, don't go any further till you align with and really find out what abundance means to you. The second command is give thanks before it appears. Give thanks for it. Do we all do that sometimes? Yeah. It's really hard until you get, but the reason I give thanks is because it's already done and you can stop worrying. And when you stop worrying, everything comes through to you. And the third is
Quentin.
You know what she's looking at. No, it's not real, honey. You know what? There goes my entire flow of this. There's a little surprise I have for you back there, but she's all on. And now, don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, the third one is command and rest. And I'll kind of leave you with that. That means state what it is you want and stop negotiating before you even get it. That's my addition. Whatever it is you require in your life, command it, demand it, and say, because why? Because I am the I am. So the question that I leave you with will be simple. Oh, Lord. Well, they say in acting what? Don't ever perform with children or animals, because they'll always steal the show from you. So the question this Sunday is simple. It's simple. Are you ready to stop acting as if and start living as is, the I am that you have always been? I'll repeat that. I see heads nodding. The question is, and boy, it's simple, are you ready to stop acting as if and start living as is, the I am that you all have always been? Take it away, Quanta.